Yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy Infamous coming back at you again with another YouTube video. Today, we are reacting to The Amazing Spider-Man Was Actually Amazing. So, if you guys haven't, you know what I'm saying, hit that like button, hit that comment button, hit that all that good shit, man. Go ahead and take care of that real quick. And let's go. Okay. Now, and before we hop into this, man, I have no problem. I have no problem with the Amazing Spider-Mans, bro. I actually, low-key, I don't know if I would say they're amazing, but which is why I wanted to click on the video and see what's going on. But I did enjoy them. I did enjoy them. So let's see what's going on, man.
Boy, this finna be a good one. Cause I know y'all read the title and some of y'all had to squint your eyes real quick, but it's right. This movie is amazing. A few days back, I was rewatching this mug after a heated argument on the Spider-Man rankings with my friends, and I had to come and put some respect on Tasm's name. I'm not gonna sit here and act like that mug pushing P like the Toby and Sam Raimi duo, but when it comes to the most entertaining Spider-Man, Tasm is top 3 and not 3. I do not care. Cause my top 5 is Drake.
Don't do this. Hey, what we not gonna do is cross the come on, man. Come on, man. We had that is not his intro. Use his intro. Not sweating, by the way. This is moist. I'm moisturized, okay? Seen that shit.
It's time for some more peak.
All right, let's do this one last time.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Now peep game. Andrew Garfield was carrying this movie on his back, bro. And what's crazy is people used to act like this version of Spider-Man was the problem. Like I vividly remember the internet treating this man like he committed a felony against Marvel history just because he skateboarded and had good hair. The second this movie dropped, people was talking about, oh brother, this isn't my Peter Parker. Why is he so cool? Peter Parker doesn't look like he listens.
And then nobody said anything about Tom Holland. But like, I don't know. I feel like, okay, so I think I've said this before in other videos, but I feel like it's like Tobey Maguire played the best of both. I really like his, and I feel like I am gonna warm up to Tom Holland's Spider-Man, pretty soon. But he's got a really good Spider-Man, and no, he's got a really good Peter Parker because he plays the kid really well. And then Andrew Garfield, I think, has probably one of, I don't know, I'd have to say I gotta give Spider-Man to Andrew Garfield. So Tobey Maguire has the best of both. Tom Holland, best Peter Parker, and then Andrew Garfield, best Spider-Man. I'm just that's me. Okay. If you disagree, just let me know what you think in the comments, bro. I don't just out here getting fucking fried recently, bro.
To the neighborhood.
Damn.
Meanwhile, Tobey Maguire's Peter was out here pulling supermodel level women while looking like he filed taxes at H&R Block. But rewatching this movie now, Andrew Garfield might genuinely be the best actor to ever play Spider-Man live action. I can't lie. And before y'all start throwing tomatoes at me and boo-hooing in the comment sections, let me explain. Andrew's version of Peter feels the most human. Not the most comic accurate, not the most iconic, not the funniest.
I'm going to die.
But human, you know? This dude actually feels like a teenager trying to survive life while also secretly being Spider-Man. Everything just feels natural.
I think what they should, oh my God, I'm so sorry if that hurt anybody's ears, headphones. I think what they should have done with him was a post high school kind of, because every Spider-Man is always in high school, bro. I think we need to see a Spider-Man that's like not in high school anymore. And I think that's where fucking Andrew Garfield would have shown, because he doesn't come off as like a high schooler, you know, or I think their problem was he wasn't like nerdy enough to be, you know what I'm saying, Peter Parker. So that I think that would have remediated that pretty much. Yeah.
Bro, even the way he moves feel different. Tobey's Spider-Man moved like a respectable citizen. Tom Holland's Spider-Man moved like a Disney Channel star.
Yeah.
You'd actually be here.
But Andrew moved real player like, you know what I'm saying? Everything this man did had unnecessary sweat. swagger equipped on it. Bro would take a backpack off like he was in a cologne commercial, and somehow that junk worked. I cannot lie. This version of Peter Parker,
I'm not gonna lie, he glazing a little bit.
Feels like somebody who genuinely got bullied growing up but learned to cope through sarcasm and isolation and junk, which honestly makes way more sense than the glazed cinnamon roll versions we usually get. They be too sweet, because let's be real, if you got spider powers at 17, you would not become humble immediately. You'd be annoying just like this nigga. And this movie understood that. Like, bro literally has the power to do whatever the freak he wants. Had Peter Parker moving like speed. Andrew Spider-Man talks way more during fights too.
Shanice.
Yeah?
Your mouth is moving a lot like a rat. Yappa, 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 yappa.
It makes the action so much better. Half the reason Spider-Man is fun in the comics is because he never shuts up. He's constantly trolling people while fighting for his life, and Andrew captured that energy perfectly. The car thief scene alone told me everything I needed to know.
I think about this scene a lot, actually.
About dude.
You know, in the future, if you're gonna steal cars, don't dress like a car thief, man.
This man catches a criminal, humiliates him for 5 minutes straight, webs him to the wall, then laughs at the nigga. That wasn't superhero activity. Bro was being a dick to a dick. And the crazy thing is, the movie actually sells the transition from awkward Peter to confident Spider-Man really well, because Peter himself isn't naturally confident. Spider-Man is. That mask becomes his outlet. Without the suit, bro got negative aura sitting in the back of the class looking confused. With the suit, this man suddenly becomes the most disrespectful person in New York City.
Fuck Batman. If I see Batman, I'm gonna smack the shit out that nigga. I ain't gonna hold you. We gonna get it on.
Like when the police pull.
Yo, Spider-Man versus Batman, who y'all got? I think if they met each other like in the street, Spider-Man whoops Batman's ass. I'm not gonna lie. Even with prep time, I don't know if Batman beats Spider-Man. Like, obviously, you know, prep time, he'll find a way to, you know, jam his web shooters, you know what I'm saying? With prep time, he'll find a way to, you know, like squish him like a bug or something. I don't fucking know, man. Batman fans are, I love Batman, but like, come on, guys, he's really just a guy. Just like, if you think about it, Daredevil, I love Daredevil, right? Daredevil is one of my favorite superheroes. He's just a dude. He's just a dude, a blind dude, you know what I'm saying, that can see with fire.
Put up on bro with the thief, he left that fool with a threat, and I would have beat your head in too if it wasn't for this freaking cop. And honestly, this is one of the most believable interpretations of Spider-Man we've gotten, because some people really do become completely different personalities once they feel hidden or comfortable, you know. Literally every internet troll in existence, 99.9% of them niggas won't talk none of that ish in person.
Like I should be slapping this shit out your frail ass.
Also, can we talk about the physical acting for a second? Andrew Garfield genuinely feels like Spider-Man when he moves. The crouching, the crawling, the swinging. This dude acted like the Spider-Man powers physically changed his entire body language. And it just adds so much personality to the character. There are scenes where bro is just standing there listening to the sounds around the city, and he genuinely feels like some enhanced human creature trying to adapt to his powers. That's one thing this movie does better than almost every Spider-Man adaptation. It actually made the powers feel weird. Tom Holland got bit by a spider and turned into an Avenger by lunchtime. Like, how that work? Andrew got bit.
That is my main problem with Tom Holland. His like second, third movie, he's with the Avengers. That is why Tom Holland just had everything handed to him. You know what I'm saying? Toby, I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, the Toby, you know what I'm saying, beefing them up over time. And then, you know what I'm saying, obviously Amazing Spider-Man, he's doing an amazing job explaining the Amazing Spider-Man. But Tom Holland, I'm going to mix them up constantly. If I say Toby, I probably mean Tom. If I say Tom, I don't fucking know. But yeah, that is my take. That is my take.
And started moving like he was evolving into a new species.
Not like I came up with the take. That is just the take that I identified.
And I gotta respect that commitment. But the real reason people came back around on the Andrew Garfield is the emotion, bro. This man is acting his butt off. You can literally see Peter Parker constantly trying to hide how hurt he is, especially with the whole parent storyline. This version of Peter feels abandoned before the movie even starts. Even though we could have did without the parent plotline, it still added some seasoning.
I'm sorry, was that his parachute?
And then on the back end. And I think that's why his Spider-Man feels more emotional than the others sometimes. There's this constant sadness underneath everything bro does. Even when he jokes around, it just feels like he's distracting himself. There's little moments too, like the scenes with Aunt May, the way he reacts after Uncle Ben dies, the silent moments where he just looks exhausted. Andrew plays Peter like somebody carrying emotional damage 24/7 and uses that suit and mask to hide all that junk, which honestly, that's how most teenagers probably will react in this situation. And then there's the Gwen Stacy chemistry. Bro, this is probably the most premium milk, second to only Gwen from Spider-Man 3.
Oh, boy!
Shorty had me ready to throw on some red spandex and I'm into the Spider-Verse because I need me. Hot tamale, she's
nigga wildin'.
And this chemistry carries this movie so hard because even during some of the weaker plot moments, you still care because Andrew and Emma Stone feel like actual human beings hitting it off, you know? And Emma in this movie stomping the tits off Mary Jane. That hoe was pissing me off watching this movie as a kid. Nigga, Toby was getting his feelings played with the whole series until he bossed up in the third movie. The Poom Poom, the Cootie Cat, the Coochie could not have been that good, my brother. But honestly, Tasm's biggest strength is personality. Even when the movie gets goofy and overly dramatic, it never feels all NPC-like it was scripted. And after sitting through years of gray CGI sludge where every superhero talks the exact same way, rewatching Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man feels refreshing. Like a crisp swig of lemonade. This dude wasn't trying to be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Nah, this man was your mildly unstable, sleep-deprived, emotionally damaged neighborhood Spider-Man. Somehow, that junk ended up being some heat. And speaking of heat, this movie's visuals go absolutely stupid. Why does the film look so good? No, seriously, why does a Spider-Man movie from 2012 have better swinging scenes than movies that cost the GDP of a small country today? Because I'm watching this movie expecting outdated CGI, Xbox cutscene graphics, Shark Boy and Lava Girl levels of work, and then Spider-Man jumped off that building for the first time swinging, and I almost sat up like these. Oh, hold on, because the movement in this movie is different. Spider-Man doesn't swing around like he's floating. He swings like the laws of physics were just a suggestion. This man actually moving through New York, not hovering through it like he unlocked creative mode in Minecraft. And that first person POV swinging, bro.
They gave us what the people wanted, bro.
2012 cinema excellence.
This right here,
and I remember seeing that in theaters, and everybody was acting like they personally got bit by the spider too. You know how hard a movie got a hit for a random audience member to start leaning left and right in their seat, and the sound design too. Every web shot got that aggressive sound like Peter loading a shotgun in this mug. Every time he shot a web, it sounded like somebody just activated a Mortal Kombat combo extenders. And I think that's what makes the action in this movie feel so satisfying. And visually, this movie got some style, bro. Modern superhero movies be scared of shadows and junk. Every MCU scene now look like it was filmed inside of an Apple store. Bright lights and gray walls and junk. Everybody standing in front of a CGI parking lot. But Amazing Spider-Man said, nah, turn off them lights. Whole movie got this gritty early 2000s aesthetic to it that somehow aged better over time. It feels dirty, and Spider-Man should feel a little dirty. He literally be fighting crimes in sewers and abandoned subway tunnels for a living. Tom Holland Spider-Man be looking too moisturized sometimes. Nigga ain't ashy enough. Andrew Spider-Man looked like he smelled like subway tunnels and week old pizza. And can we please talk about the suit? Because this suit went through one of the greatest public opinion recoveries in superhero history. People hated this suit back then. I remember folks talking about the basketball texture looks weird. Why is his eyes so big? He looks like a bug. Meanwhile, now that suit got some more aura, especially in motion too. The eyes be expressive and the colors all poppy and junk, and the silver webbing details hard. The suit genuinely feels like something a smart teenager sits together in his room while listening to some Linkin Park. Unlike some superhero suits now, where everybody looks like a technical military toothpaste. Low-key, the TASM suits might be the best suits in all the Spider-Man movies.
Awful. Wait.
Together in his room while listening to some Linkin Park. Unlike some superhero suits.
How bad. Oh my fuck. That is awful.
Now, where everybody looks like.
And I thought I liked the Ben Affleck Batman, bro. Ben man? I don't know. Affleck, man? I don't know what they did. They did something with his name. I thought I liked that Batman. Oh my God.
Technical military toothpaste. Low-key, the TASM suits might be the best suits in all the Spider-Man movies. agree to disagree, argue with a rock, cause you not finna sit here and tell me this is not better than this. And one thing this movie absolutely cooked at was making Spider-Man move like an actual spider. Bro was really hunting people for real. This man would crawl around ceilings slow as a mud, looking down at criminals and junk like he Batman. Imagine being a random criminal in New York and you look up and see this skinny red and blue demon crouched upside down staring at you silently. I'm confessing to every crime immediately. It was me. Matter of fact, I robbed 3 stores. Please arrest me now before Spider-Man comes back.
I'm going to jail!
And the bridge scene, now that's Spider-Man. That whole sequence perfectly captures why people love this dude. Spider-Man isn't just cool because he fights villains. It's because he helps regular people. And the kid in the car, that scene hit harder now than it did back then. Because Andrew Spider-Man talks to him like an actual scared child instead of giving him some corny superhero speech. Then he puts the mask on the kid. Cinema. Absolute
It was cute.
cinema.
It was cute.
That's one thing this movie understands. Spider-Man is supposed to inspire people, not just fighting sky lasers and random aliens coming out of portals and junk. And speaking of visuals, the lizard sewer scenes look like a Resident Evil game. Bro, Peter pulled up, dropped into the map upside down. First off, max aura, all while Dr. Connors is in his makeshift lab getting ready to turn into a Ninja Turtle variant. So Peter starts shooting his webs down each tunnel. He's connected all the webs to the center, making a full-blown spider web. Dr. Connors then shot himself up with 200 milligrams of lizard and crack combo. Bro ready to crash out for real. Peter chilling on the web, playing Bubble Blast off all games on this dang Blackberry.
iPhone or Blackberry? Blackberry.
I know there were iPhones during this time. Y'all could have gave my nigga an iPod Touch or something, but his web start moving and bro sat up like it was finna be a scary sight. This scene genuinely feels like a horror movie. My cheeks were clenched watching this at 12 years old. Peter pulls the mask down, preparing for the worst, but all these baby lizards came walking in. Dr. Connor got jokes for real. Nigga in the sewers doing party tricks, but this was just a distraction. And the one thing we know is that Peter Parker is white, Caucasian, cause bro gonna follow the lizards down the tunnel. If that was me, I would have been like, heck nah. I know you down here, Doc. Come on out, cause I ain't going down that tunnel. Then seconds later, bro got the spidey sense, but it was too late. Peter turned around to look. The lizard came out the dark wanting all smoke. He had Peter by the neck, giving him straight bully treatment. And pause right here. I know most people be hating on the lizard CGI and how he looks, but if we being real, how else would the nigga need to look? One thing I did hate though,
I will say I wasn't a huge fan of the lizard like look. You know what I mean? Like I wanted him to look. I feel like in the comics, doesn't he look more like a crocodile, I guess? But then you're veering off into Killer Croc territory, so I guess there could be, you know, shit like that. But you know what I'm saying? Even Killer Croc though didn't look like Killer Croc in the fucking whatever.
Was the human-like face they gave, bro? He should have had like a longer snout and more reptilian eyes most of the time. But everything else, it was peak. These fools drop into the water. Peter kicks bro off trying to get away, but he got Hall of Fame chase down activated. Peter barely escapes this nigga down in the sewers. But this boy dumb as life. Bro left his camera down there with his full government display for the 400 IQ monitor lizard to see. Now bro knows exactly what to do next. This is another underrated thing though. This movie actually looks directed. You can tell Mark Webb had a vision. The camera angles, the slow motion, all this junk clean. There's actual style. Some modern superhero movies look like they were directed by a committee. Like 12 executives standing behind the camera going, make sure that background great. Add more quips. Can we tease another spinoff on this? But Amazing Spider-Man feels more personal. Even when it's messy, it feels like a real movie with its own identity and junk. That's probably why people appreciate it more now, honestly. But in today's superhero landscape, where everybody trying to build universes and multiverses and post-credit scenes teasing movies dropping in 2047, a movie that's just trying to be stylish and emotional, clean. The film got flaws, I can't lie. Visually, the movie was in its bag though. And back to the lizard, cause low-key, this is definitely one of my top 3 Spider-Man live action villains. When bro actually turned into a lizard and was boxing Peter, it just felt so like comic book like, you know what I'm saying? What other franchise you gonna see a spandex wearing teenager banging out with a scientist turned into Mr. Kipling? This Hey Jesse ad villain. But I can't lie, Dr. Connors was indeed on the bull-ish. Cause before he turned into the lizard, I was with bro. I understood the vision. Missing an arm, brilliant scientist, trying to regenerate limbs. Okay, hold on, let him cook. Cause imagine if bro actually succeeded. Hospitals changing forever. Medicine advancing, people walking again. Bro could have been legendary. Then this man immediately skipped every ethical checkpoint in existence. See, normal scientists do research, testing, approval, then we implement the jump. Counters did research, emotional breakdown, inject immediately. Bro saw one positive result and said, yeah, put that in my bloodstream right now. Bro skipped the free trial and went straight to premium. He treated experimental science like trying a free sample at Costco. And then the transformation starts and bro immediately knew he messed up. Because imagine growing scales in real time. But what I love about this villain is unlike some Spider-Man villains that become evil overnight, Counters actually feels tragic because before
I will say, now I know I'm agreeing with some of the stuff that he's saying. I did like the Andrew Garfield movies, but yeah, that was also a problem with the Jimmy Fox villain. He was like, he was just mad because fucking Spider-Man didn't remember his name. That like, obviously everybody wants to be seen, everybody wants to be heard, but like, my guy, Spider-Man, you know how many people Spider-Man probably meets a day?
for all this, bro was cool. He was helping Peter and trying to guide bro. Matter of fact, Peter was low-key the reason bro got the confidence to finish the formula. That's what makes it hurt more, because Peter essentially helped create his own problem, which is peak Spider-Man writing, by the way. Spider-Man story is always better when Peter accidentally contributes to the disaster, because now it's personal. But once Counters turns into that lizard, oh my goodness, this man lost every ounce of sense. Because why was this man immediately acting like a Dragon Ball Z villain? His first thought wasn't, maybe stop before things get worse. Nah, this man said everybody needed to become lizards. Huh? Why?
That is
escalation
true.
made zero sense. This man went from curing disabilities to ending humanity in 15 minutes.
Nuke the whole generation. If it were up to me, I would drop an atomic bomb on the whole generation.
Bro villain plan was genuinely hilarious too. He was talking like he discovered enlightenment. You humans are weak. Bro, you've been a lizard for 36 minutes. Calm down. Matter of fact, that's one thing I love about comic book villains. They transform once and suddenly become philosophers. Counters grew scales and immediately started giving TED Talks. And the funniest thing, Peter be trying so hard to reason with him. Spider-Man still talking to him respectively, trying to save him and jump. And that's another reason I think the lizard works. Spider-Man villains should feel slightly ridiculous. That's part of the charm. You got a green billionaire goblin, a doctor with robot octopus arms, an electric unemployed person, and a man made of sand. So a giant scientist gecko, that mug fits right in. And despite all the jokes, Counters actually got one of the most underrated emotional endings. Because once he transforms back, you can see it. Instant regret. Bro finally realizes, wait, did I do that? That realization hits. Because unlike some villains, Counters didn't really want power. He wanted to feel whole again. That's what makes him sad. His problem wasn't ambition. His problem was, bro had zero ability to stop. Other Counters gave us exactly what a Spider-Man villain's supposed to be. A little tragic, a little stupid, a little terrifying, and unbelievably committed to crashing out. Low-key, the lizard was kind of fire actually. Don't forget when he banged out with Peter from the school to the streets of New York, had the students thinking it was just another day, but they were sadly mistaken, because it pans to the toilet collapsing and Dr. Connor stepping out like he was ready to slap skin off your grandma's neck. Bro started roaring like he was in a Jurassic Park movie. Peter turned around, but Dr. Connors bust through the wall and students scattering like roaches. I'm surprised he didn't just snatch a nigga up just cause he can, you know. Him and Peter lock eyes and you think a big clash is about to happen, but I guess only one nigga is locked in and his name ends in Parker. This Bambi moving ass nigga got weaved and immediately landed on his face, had him on his hands and knees. Peter jumping on his back and was about to fleece bro, but
oh my god,
pulls grab and he just started spamming that hoe. Grab the bag, grab Peter, slams him into the lockers, then he proceeds to throw Buddy through the wall.
I've been roaming around, always looking down.
Counters ruffles Peter's up a little more, and during this scuffle, it just goes to show how Peter really be holding back on these villains. Bro getting bodied, and all he worried about doing is grabbing his bag so he can change the fit. He got thrown through another wall, then Counters cooked a beaker of liquid booty and threw it at him. But when I saw the shoe thrown back at bro head, I knew Peter was finna be on that bull jump. He came out suited and booted for the fade. He webs the lights down, but this was just a distraction, because bro is now on the ceiling and done jumped on bro back. This is where the director was in his bag too, because the choreography going dumb right now. Not only is Peter talking that cash, bro is riding this mother freaking humanoid dino lizard like a bull. After the spine buster, they just started doing jump, climbing on the ceiling for the love of the game. And Peter is really looking like a nigga who deserves to be named Spider-Man, because look how he dodging and weaving.
That's what I'm saying. This choreography is what makes Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man the best Spider-Man, in my opinion. In my
This
opinion.
right here would have put me over the edge with this little nigga. Connors tried to let out his scream of terror only to be denied access to using his own mouth with this web. After that, it really would have been up for Peter. I would have had to target each and every person he loves. And it's crazy how adorable Peter really is. Bro is casually getting slammed against the wall by the tail and still got time to joke around like junk funny for real. The lizard walks him down and somehow got Peter by the head in prime bully positioning. Then of course, the thing all superhero love interests have in common. They just get in the way. Gwen hits Connor across the head with their trophy for no damage. Girl, you supposed to be skedaddling with the rest of the students. But Peter locks in for the clutch, and with some of the cleanest movement I've never seen Tom Holland do.
I'm like, what he say fuck me for?
Andrew's Peter strings this lizard up like Pinocchio and even bagged his shorty mid-fade. This version of Peter Parker was moving like the Peter from the Spectacular Spider-Man series.
That series was, oh my God, I'm not even going to geek about that series. But if you know about Spectacular Spider-Man, living on the edge, fighting crime, spinning webs.
If this verse had all the shorties in it, Gwen, MJ, and Liz, this would have been called The Amazing Bachelor. Then Peter throws shorty out of the window to catch her with the web for an extra aura boost. And I love the foreshadowing here for the next movie. We all know Gwen had a killer moment. No? Okay. But bro, this scene got here where they bang out in the library while Stan Lee has no idea what the heck is going on behind him was too crazy, bro. Bro was inches away from getting fleeced. And this fade only gets better because it leads right into the final battle. Now the final battle, I low-key think this scene is where the Amazing Spider-Man actually understands Spider-Man better than people give it credit for. Because rewatching this movie, I realized something. This fight isn't about Spider-Man beating the lizard. It's about Peter finally becoming Spider-Man. And that junk sound corny until you actually think about it. Because for most of the movie, Peter low-key isn't being Spider-Man for Spider-Man reasons. He starts off all selfish, like teenager selfish. Bro gets powers and immediately starts using them for revenge. Uncle Ben dies, Peter starts hunting criminals, skipping responsibility, ignoring Aunt May, doing whatever he wants. Matter of fact, for a good portion of the movie, Peter low-key operating like your friendly neighborhood vigilante with some unresolved emotions. He wasn't protecting the city. Bro was just doing what he wanted to do. Spider-Man has never been about powers. That's the thing people don't understand. Peter Parker with powers but no responsibility is low-key just another dude in tights. Spider-Man only becomes Spider-Man when he starts putting others first. And this final battle is where all that finally clicks. Because think about what Peter was dealing with at this point. Connors isn't just some random supervillain. This isn't a Green Goblin or some alien or junk. This is somebody Peter actually respected. Somebody connected to his father too. Somebody that helped him. And that's why I think this fight hits harder than most people remember. Because Peter isn't fighting because he needed to stop the bad guy. He's fighting because he helped cause it low-key. That's Spider-Man. Spider-Man stories always hit the best when Peter feels responsible for everything that happened, everything that he couldn't control. And bonus, that's why I think that crane scene still works for me, because people joke about it, and yeah, if you explain it out loud, it do sound ridiculous. You telling me construction workers coordinated city infrastructure to help Spider-Man? Okay, fair. But symbolically, that scene goes crazy, because Spider-Man finally gets something Peter Parker rarely gets.
2 hours later.
Help. That's what this scene actually means. The whole movie, Peter been carrying everything by himself. Parents gone, Uncle Ben gone, lying to Aunt May, trying to figure everything out all alone. And then when he finally gives everything he has, people show up finally. Regular people. Helping because they believe in bro. Spider-Man to a T. And that idea carried through the whole final battle because Peter's body is done. Bro done got injured, exhausted, cooked, and he's still moving. Not because he thinks he'll win, but because somebody got to do it. That's Peter. And when Connors finally turns back, I love that there's no huge speech or celebration, just regret and silence. Reality setting in. And Peter never enjoys moments like this. Saving people usually costs him something. That's why Spider-Man stories hit harder than most superhero stories. Winning rarely feels like winning. And then after everything, city saved.
Peter, I know things have been difficult lately, and I'm sorry about that. I think I know what you're feeling. Ever since you were a little boy, you've been living with so many unresolved things. Well, take it from an old man. Those things send us down a road. They make us who we are. And if anyone's destined for greatness, it's you, son. You owe the world your gifts. You just have to figure out how to use them. And know that wherever they take you, we'll always be here. So come on home, Peter. You're my hero. And I love you.
Hey JMF, I just want to thank y'all for supporting all the vids lately. We moving, we moving. Anyways,
that was a very good video. I fucked with that video. I fucked with the movies. That was very good. That was very well done. If you guys don't understand the Amazing Spider-Mans, if y'all don't understand the Amazing Spider-Mans at this point, I feel like it's a choice. I feel like it's a choice. At that point, it's a choice. But I love y'all. See y'all. Hunter Boy Man. If you guys haven't liked, sub, comments, and all that good shit.